Ladies and gents, welcome to Six Figs. I'm Kyle. In today's video, we're talking about the one and only ICP Internet Computer, and we're going to be talking about it at a super high level. We got the one and only Dominic Williams in Qatar sharing the significance of blockchain in climate finance and Bitcoin nearing mass adoption. Interesting second part to that sentence, Bitcoin nearing mass adoption. Now, I think that Bitcoin is nearing mass adoption more and more every day. And I say this because when governments around the world are absolutely out of control printing money, creating insane amounts of inflation, guys, like people are looking to jump ship from native country currencies over to something more stable, right? Because I'm sick of paying $10 for a 12-pack of Diet Coke. It's insane. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, Dfinity, folks, since the launch of the ICP mainnet in 2021, the active core developer trend has demonstrated remarkable growth. Now, you can see the first year, this was the first 8 months, it was kind of up and down, just sideways. There was a lot of drama during this time, and I'll explain that later on. But you can see since that time, we have seen this developer trend increase significantly. And if we look at the all-time total canister state, which is 3.373 tebibytes, which is about just under, this is about 3.73 terabytes, basically. A tebibyte is just a hair bigger than a tebibyte. Or excuse me, a terabyte is just a hair smaller than a tebibyte. But you can see how much data is being stored on the internet computer. Almost 4 terabytes of data on chain. Like, that's absolutely insane. And when we start looking at the amount of smart contracts in correlation to what Dfinity had pointed out, we've got all these developers coming into the ecosystem. We got all these smart contracts being built. So it's adding up. I'm really super bullish on that. On DeFi Llama's active DAO rankings, ICP secured spots in 8 out of the top 16 most active DAOs, with the NNS in the lead. That is insane. So it just goes to show you guys like how active people really are on ICP. And I do think that like this thing is just building to slingshot into like the top 10. Even CKBTC achieved 7th place in cross-chain TVL, total volume liquidity. So that is absolutely insane as well. And we'll look at the supply. So right now, all-time ICP protocol, so the Internet Computer Protocol, is controlling over 254 Bitcoin on Bitcoin's native network. And ICP is controlling these Bitcoin from the ICP blockchain. So it's very cool, to say the least. So that's huge. Now, I've been putting together, folks. I have been extremely busy the last few weeks. As you guys know, I had a minor role in discovering like a lot of the shady stuff that FTX was doing to wash out projects. So I am creating a documentary that's taken me all over the United States. I'm going to have some very high profile people in this video, and I will release that information in a few days, a few weeks, but this video will basically be aired during the ICP community conference. And Sam Bankman-Fried will be the focus, one of the focuses on this documentary that I'm building. Folks, I have got some like absolutely insane stuff. I was supposed to do a huge interview with like this crazy dark entity in Japan last September, and it fell through. And I never would have thought that I would have got this opportunity to do this interview again, because I couldn't get a hold of this person after that. And they reached out to me and asked if I wanted to do this interview. And I told them that I wanted to because I'm creating this documentary, and now it's going down. I can't say anything else about it. I promise you it's going to be crazy. But a judge approved FTX's sale of Anthropic shares, which I believe was some sort of AI company. And it looks like FTX is going to be getting rid of 8% of these holdings. Now, FTX, from my understanding, dumped 500 million back into this company, 500 million into this company back in 2021. And now these shares are worth somewhere in the neighborhood of like 1.4 billion. So, this is great news, especially for a lot of these people that got hosed by FTX. So I'm happy that Sam made an investment, really, that basically will help pay back some of the debts and stuff like that FTX had caused investors. It's absolutely insane. Let's look at the top 100 today, folks. Uniswap, out front and center. Guys, I've been talking about a token on Uniswap called Sync. The last video I made, it was at 0.0052. I just checked it today, and the token's at 0.0082. I'll plug it in the charts here in just a second. ICP, folks, ranked number 17 on Crypto Bubbles. We're still up 18% on the month. Don't let this sideways chop get you down on the daily chart, folks. I've been saying now for like the last month that this thing needs to go sideways. It needs to go sideways, folks. But here's the deal with ICP is that we've got a very nice, and dare I say textbook, we've got a very nice textbook bull pennant that is pretty much forming. So right now, I am just kind of waiting and playing that game with ICP. I'm hoping that we don't see this thing drop any lower than $10.81. If it does, I'm not going to freak out. But, this is a classic bull pennant, bull flag. We don't really know if this is going to flag out completely. We could see more of a square consolidation versus this symmetrical triangle consolidation. But on the daily, this thing's looking damn good. And folks, over the last few months too, I have also been telling you guys that when price was out here, we are way too far from the cloud. This is great that it went up so fast, but we are way too far from this Ichimoku cloud on the weekly. So you guys can see how ICP has just been trading sideways, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think people have a lot of conviction as to where this thing is going to go. So with that said, folks, right now we are just playing the waiting game, and I'm going to throw up a Fibonacci time sequence here to see if we can determine a day to watch out for potential increased volatility or reversals. And then we'll see if anything matches up. So what I want you guys to do is look at Saturday, March 2nd for some sort of potential reversal. It could be that we see price kind of do one of these. It could be that we see price do one of these. We don't know. Price could start ripping off and retrace here. But just keep in mind that there could be some sort of increased volatility or reversal on Sunday the 2nd, possibly. Nothing's guaranteed with these things, so you have to kind of take it with a grain of salt. I just want to see one other thing. I want to measure one more swing high to swing low and see if anything comes up. I'm really liking this swing high to swing low. Okay. Yeah, so maybe that looks like March 3rd. Also, just keep in mind April 12th. Keep that in mind too, folks. But that's all I got for you guys in today's ICP video. I'm going to be traveling a little bit here and there over the next few weeks, just dropping into a couple places to film parts of this documentary. So I've been very busy as it is, and I just haven't been able to make videos. I've made like 2 videos in the last 2 weeks.